a pencil.
Yeah.
I would never ask anybody to try to ink my pencils because it would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you see my pencils, like when I post them for like something I'm going to ink, and they're barely there. It's just enough information for me to go on.
Right.
Drawer mostly in ink, so.
How do you practice for inks?
A lot of what I did early on, you know, when I first started inking comics, I'm getting an echo from somebody. It's kind of distracting. Maybe Salim left. No, I'm still hearing it. Who has the video playing? Or oh, we're losing people left and right.
Uh-oh, where'd they go?
I think he didn't have headphones in. I've got headphones, so you guys are right in my ear.
Okay. It was one of them. No.
There it is.
It might be me. I'm gonna mute me.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I guess. He's watching a soccer game. I think that was you, Sandy. Not sure why. If you have headphones, that might not do that.
Yeah, I don't have any headphones with this microphone, and my microphone on my laptop's busted, so I have this like snow globe.
Ah, gotcha.
Right. Well, I guess you can, if you want to talk, then unmute yourself, I guess. But yeah, we'll start in a minute. Let me just check if anybody's messaging me. All right. Seems like it will be us. All right. Let's get going. And we are live. Hello and welcome to Studio Synergy number 34. What scares you is sort of the loose theme of tonight's show. Well, not tonight, this afternoon. We're doing it earlier. I try to mess with the time every once in a while so we can get other people into the hang. And from left to right, we have Carrie with us. Hey, Carrie.
Hello. How are you?
Doing great. We have Sandy, who has our mic muted. But hey, Sandy. Well, she's here. And we have Logan. Hey, Logan.
How's it going, everybody?
It's going awesome. So since you're new, I think Sandy has been on before. Carrie has certainly been on before. Logan.
Is there initiation?
Yes. We forced you to draw an apple. No. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am an artist in Indiana. I just barely started getting into comic books in the V100s, and I'm working on a sci-fi adventure series called Mechanips.
So if you're barely into comics, what compelled you to make a comic?
I've comics, and I've always thought of It's always been the thought of, oh, I'll just draw comics when I get older, but I've never actually practiced. So when the D100s came out with Kevin Cross and everybody, I was pretty much like, oh, I should do this. And then I just sat there for a bit, and then I eventually tried it, and I'm starting to enjoy actually using what knowledge I have of comics and drawing it. Finally, I've been sitting on this idea since I was about 8.
Cool. That's awesome. That it takes guts. It's like, not everybody is comfortable with YouTube right off the bat, and just like somebody making their first comic.
Yeah,
it's pretty bold of you.
I was already making dumb YouTube videos anyways, so I was just I might as well just join in.
Excellent. And you're on I forget exactly, 20 something, 30 days in.
Today is day 36, but I'll be posting day 35 today, like up to day 35. So I cheated the system. I'm a day ahead, but it's day 35 today for everyone.
Okay, cool. There's no cheating the system. It's you cheat yourself. No. It's however you want to work it, whatever works best with your schedule and just your rhythm and whatnot. I caught up on your videos today, actually, and
I just noticed all of it. I was like, I have to reply to these really quick, but I was talking to you already, so I was like, another time.
Yeah. But I noticed in one of them you mentioned me doing 100 days of making art. Well, actually, at least 2 of them, maybe 3.
Yeah, I was doing like everybody.
Yeah. Be getting on that, back to that, however you want to look at it. Sort of my, my story is I am trying for something grander than just doing one book. And I'm trying to build a studio, and a lot of what I've been doing is behind the scenes stuff. And so I start stuff, and then 100 things happen at once, and I'm like, so it's like there are no excuses, but that's my reason. I'm hoping to get back to it tomorrow. Actually, I posted a picture on my Instagram of some progress I made recently. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, getting back on my Inktober pieces. I don't care about everybody else, is pretty much finishing theirs. I've barely started mine. I posted 3 finished pieces and a 4th just pencil sketch, and I'll be doing videos to that too, but probably just 4 or 5 videos because I want to cover a lot of days in a row. So probably 6 or 7 at a time. And I've thought of a way, because it's going to be in comic format afterwards. I'm going to publish it myself. And it's a unique way, I thought, in which to tell the story that I've never seen before. It probably, maybe somebody has attempted it, but I don't believe I've seen anything quite like it. But I'll give more of what exactly is going on in the pieces, description to that in the videos, more than just, hey, this is me working on the latest Inktober piece kind of video, which millions of people are doing. Which, which is good too. I mean, people love watching artists draw, but so that's a lot of what I got going on. I did want to mention, like, I was hanging out with my girlfriend slash fiance Lisa, 2 nights ago, something like that, and something I never thought I would hear uttered from her lips, was that she wanted to sort of collaborate, kind of go in business with me, kind of. She's a disabled person. She has issues with, multiple issues with her health.
I understand.
Like, yeah, just, trouble breathing, trouble sleeping, trouble this and that and the other thing. So when she, we were just talking about 100 things, and she mentioned she wanted to do something, and that led us to taking a trip recently. Anybody who follows me knows that we've been looking for a house for the longest time, maybe 2 years. I don't know, it feels longer. We live in an apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. This room you see here is one of the bedrooms that I'm using fully as my studio. We need a bigger apartment because we got too much stuff here, and it's a small apartment for ourselves. Every time we move something, we have to move 5 other things. But
Yeah.
but the biggest reason initially was that we were, looking for a place to have all our cats together. Currently we have 4 here in the apartment and 6 at a pet sanctuary that a couple of friends of ours are running. And
A lot of cats.
yeah, so we have 10 cats. Yeah, it's
A lot of meow mix.
oh, it's for sure. I don't think my Patreon even covers that, but so we went to see a house recently, not too long ago, a couple of days ago, and it's totally ridiculously out of our range, price wise. But I am looking to grow my business and might be able to tie it into that. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It's my ultimate dream to have a fully functional studio when I am working. So if that happens sooner than later, all the better.
Well,
So
hopefully it pans out.
yeah, I mean, in regards to the theme tonight, that is really on my mind, because it's like, while I would love for this to pan out, it is a scary proposition to
It's a
make
big jump.
make that kind of a big jump. But it is something I've been thinking about since like early on in my career to a big degree. So we'll see.
That's actually super interesting, though.
Yeah, it's like, at the very least, it's worth trying. Even if I fail,
You can at least say you tried.
I tried. So that's what's been happening with me. So we got Sandy here. Are you functional with your mic?
I think so. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, hear you perfectly.
Awesome. Yeah, I managed to find a headphones so I could leave my speaker on. Microphone. I can't talk today.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Sure.
I've done the initiation process. The apple is almost done.
Yay!
I was kidding about that.
I know.
Oh, I like the word.
Yes, he's very.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't draw an apple. What happened?
Sandy, get on your apple right now.
Dang it!
Now you have to
Okay.
draw. You have to draw an apple for every episode you've been in now.
I've only been in one, I think. So here you go, apple. Done. Not as fancy, but I'm animating. Dang it! Don't distract me.
Okay. Oh, excuse us. We're just. So, anybody else want to just jump in with what's been going on with them lately? Challenges in your week?
I think my challenge is
News.
just finding time to actually, like, the time and motivation to do artwork. Because, like, my main fear, since that's the topic, is not actually having an art career. Because that's something I really,
Right.
really want to do, but I just haven't had a chance to break into it or do anything in regards to turning art into the life that I want to do.
Well, right now your time is limited. You know, I think once you have a little more free time, you know, you could put a little more time to it and sort of build on what you already have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to do it, but I think at the rate I'm going, because I'm hopefully going to be getting out of the military here in less than 9 months is what I'm really hoping. And but what I've been thinking about is how am I going to support myself to be able to become a full-time artist. So even if I get out of the military, I'm going to try and save as much money as I can. But thinking about expenses and stuff, I'm probably still going to have to find a job when I get out, and I'll be in the same situation I am in now. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably my biggest struggle too, is just finding the time to do it and still be able to pay bills.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, with me personally, if I wasn't doing comic book inks, I wouldn't be making 3/4 of my income. You know, that's where most of my money is coming. You know, for my career in art and whatnot is coming from. You know, and I'm building and branching out so that more of my income will be coming from, you know, like this. My second source is like commissions. You know, I do pretty well with money coming in with commission work. But, you know, everything I could do, I could be doing better. And I know I can be doing better with my commission work, but I'm going to start doing quality prints, which is another branch. You know, you have multiple sources of income, and it helps.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, especially doing freelance, it's like sometimes you're rocking and rolling and got too much work, and sometimes it's just dead for weeks, and you got to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Part of my biggest fear at the moment is just like not knowing what's going to happen, or like not knowing what I'm doing. I'm kind of like stepping in the dark, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But I think my eyes are just closed because I'm not paying attention. Like I'm
I was gonna say you just need a flashlight.
yeah. Like I've been looking at the videos because Peter was watching back on all of my stuff, and I was going back and watching it, and I've realized that over the course of like 35 days, if I was to restart the challenge, I would be able to get to where I am in like a week, if that. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm kind of just like casting a stick around in the dark, hoping to hit something.
Well, there isn't so even, a lot more of the seasoned pros are sort of making it up as they go along too. I mean, it's part of making comics is how you personally make comics.
Yeah,
You don't have to follow a rule book.
I'm figuring that more out as I go along. So I've been like wasting time trying to like, well, what does this guy do?
I do that
I
so
just find out.
often. Yeah, I place I try and compare myself to people so often. I think that is one of the things that discourages me a lot because I'm like, man, why aren't I at a level that they're at? Man, I should just quit. But I'm trying to get into my head, I need to just focus on me and my capabilities at the moment instead of, man, this guy is on his 4th take of 100 days of drawing comics, and I've restarted it maybe 3 times, and I've only ever made it to day 10.
Mm. Yeah,
it's frustrating.
It's always about you, your work, and your journey. Has nothing to do with anybody else. You can be inspired by everybody, but the second you start linking what you're doing or not doing to somebody else or everybody else is where you're going to hit a brick wall for sure. Artists go and drink themselves to death or something.
Exactly.
You really.
I think there's something. I mean, there's something to be said about looking at other artists and kind of learning from them. But yeah, when you start getting into that mindset of comparing yourself to them, it's not a good thing.
It's toxic for your health and stuff. So it's good to admire from afar, but not to try and walk up and come.
Yeah, that's exactly the situation I'm in right now. I need to stop comparing myself and just focus.
I'm right there with you.
And really, it doesn't take much. I mean, I know your time is limited, but even if you could do 10 minutes a day, that's 10 minutes of progress you're making on it.
Mm-hmm.
And while you might, feel mostly frustrated, just hold on to that, because nothing compelled me more in the early days, striving to be the greatest, like having a sort of tunnel vision, laser vision, whatever you want to call, of what I wanted to achieve and just shooting for it. Because I knew like right off the bat, I sucked at what I was trying to get work at. I was lousy trying to get work as an inker. And I just worked every day until, it really started making progress. And by that
was
point,
actually something I was going to ask you about was how you got to where you were.
I mean, I started, I've told this story plenty of times, but I started as a background inker. I mean, my brother's in the industry too. He used to be an anchor. I worked for him. I worked for other anchors I knew. I went to comic conventions and got a gig here, a gig there, just doing, full lengths myself. But it wasn't until I started to get good, and then once I did, I went to work for Valiant, and eventually worked for Marvel DC and yada yada. Just really applying yourself to the craft, and if you want to work for somebody, that's kind of easier than doing things yourself. Although it's easy enough to put out a book and it could suck and nobody will buy it, or it could suck and many people will buy it. Things thinking the next one will be better or something. But it was a different era when I first started. I started in 1991, and many things were different back when. Once I made the decision to do this for a living, to work in comics, because even though I went to school for art, I decided to just get a real job that I didn't care about, because art was too precious to me. But once I did make the decision, I really made a commitment for the first time in my life to do something other than exist. It's like I really put my heart and soul into being the best I could be. And that was my Lord every day. It's like, I know there's people greater than me, and the competitive side of me wanted to be better than some of them. But realistically, it's like, you're not going to beat everybody. Art is it's opinion anyway. But I just strive day after day to be a better inker. It's like, I'm not the best. A lot of things, I look at my stuff and it's like, it's all one technique. Just, apply it different ways. But it's just fun. It's a fun career. It's challenging daily. And there's so much competition, more so now that, with the internet and everything. But you use everything within reach as an advantage for yourself. So get your name out there is a number one way, and which is why I do this, the Studio Synergy stuff. I've seen other live casts, live streams where, like, the art casts, it's usually Jeff, Scott, but every once in a while they include somebody else. I was the one that hosted that initially, with Jeff.
Yeah. And
it's his strategy not to, like, have just people randomly show up. But I started Studio Synergy way before the Arcasters came around. I think it was like maybe even 4 years ago. I forget. You can go back to the first episode and see the date. But I got a group of my friends to come on. There's a little more planned than I do it randomly now. But it was a heck of a lot of fun. If you ever, like, you should definitely go back and watch earlier episodes.
That's something I wish I did when I started streaming, because I started streaming on Picardo and live stream, and there was no way of, like, saving those streams, and if I did, it wasn't like the way everyone else was talking. It was just me responding. So it kind of wasn't as fun to listen to. But I remember, for me, with comic books, my only experience so far was that when I was, like, middle of junior year of high school, I got on Twitter and I found I'm a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I was born in '95. I'm out with Sonic. So I've been playing the Genesis ever since I was born. And besides my name being, a namesake of, like, Wolverine and Charles Xavier, I've always loved reading the Sonic comics. So I went on to Archie on their Twitter and I kept nagging them. I just kept posting a bunch of pictures of Sonic that I drew, and I was like, hey, I could draw Sonic for you. I can do comics. And they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then like immediately I was like, what? I got a response? And then the way you were looking at yourself, like, I'm not good enough. So instead of responding to them, I shied away and just went completely silent. So I feel like that was I was in high school. I didn't know what was going on.
It could have been your big break.
Yeah. There are a few comics that I actually want to have my name on the front of. It's like the Wolverine comics and Sonic. Like those are the few that I just. There's definitely one comic I actually want to draw the issue for, like do the pencils for. That's just been my main drive, is to work for those like series. But now Wolverine is X-23, so I don't know.
Well, you know, if you know anything about Marvel, it will change in a year and whatever. They'll bring back Wolverine, you know, stuff like that. But
I've
you know, it's possible. It's, you know, it can happen, and especially, you know, if you do a really good job working on for yourself, and then show it to them, you know, like both at Marvel and whoever is publishing Sonic nowadays.
That's Archie still.
Okay, you know, they could say, okay, we'll give you a shot, you know.
Fear is just like it's not that my main fear is not doing it. My main fear is rejection or like failing at what I'm doing. It's the fear of not knowing that like shies me away from everything.
Same
so
here.
I usually it's just I get too scared of not knowing what I'm doing and I don't feel qualified, so I just like, well, I'm stepping away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I want to do it so much, but like, what if they tell me no?
Yeah, but like doing the hundreds is actually getting me like, oh, I can do this. What was I doing? So I'm like, I can draw Sonic. That means I should be able to pencil the comics. What's wrong with me?
Well, the best thing to do is to embrace it. Whatever your fear is, then doing something along the lines to break out of it.
Yeah.
And you are. I mean, you know, regardless of your fear, you're still plugging away at your own comic, and you know, it's a simple ABC. It's like it needs a story, it needs visuals, it needs, you know, some way to read it, you know.
I think it's so weird that even like when you know all these things, you still have that fear of like, well, I'm forgetting something, right? It's literally just like making a sandwich. You get the bread, the meat, the cheese, and you're good.
That is so true.
I've been focusing a lot on one thing that's always like rung true, and I've been focusing a lot on is the rule of thirds. Like the rule of thirds follows through everything, and it's like with dialogue, with like layout for the page, for the panel, for like just all of it. It rings through the entire thing, and I've just been sticking to the rule of third. And I'm barely starting to like break that rule.
I'm
like
just now learning that one.
36 days starting to vary away from the rule.
I noticed we had somebody in the chat, but they're joking around. I think John Scarce scares me. I don't know, fat and boring. A joker. Alex N said that, so there you go. Hey, Don. So, let's see. So speaking of things I haven't done, I'm going camping. What is it? Tomorrow night? Yeah, tomorrow night for Halloween.
Camping on Halloween night?
That sounds so fun.
Yeah. I grew up, and me and my family, I got 3 brothers and mom and pop, and we always used to go upstate New York to like bungalow colonies and camp gatherings, but I never officially, I don't remember like doing a sleepover camp kind of thing. But yeah, so this might actually be my first official time of sleeping
Camping.
Overnight in a tent. Lisa's been like cleaning this thing and setting it up in our living room, which is fun.
Camping is amazing.
I've always disliked camping.
What?
The most I've camped was like we set up a tent in the backyard with a GameCube and a TV.
Not camping.
And then I know it wasn't camping, but like my brother gave up on it when it started raining out in the tent playing Smash Bros. And I was just like, oh, there you go.
We would
This
always.
is the life.
Oh man, we'd always go up to the mountains, either in the Tetons or the Rockies, and either we'd be in tents or in a little. We call it the hamper camper, but it's one of those little campers that go on the back of the truck. And it's like a little house, and we'd stay in that. But we'd have the giant bonfires where we cook our food on it. And we always had this, we called it Skull Valley, but it was like this little canyon where only one camping site could be. And we go in there and we'd have like this rock wall going up to the sky surrounding us, and all you could see is the clouds. And I don't know if you guys, have you ever seen the night sky for Wyoming?
No.
No.
Okay, here, just a second. Let me switch out my thing really quick. I want to show you guys how beautiful it is. Let's see here, where is?
But it stayed where you are.
Oh, well, right now, yeah. But just a second. Oh, why can't I get this to work? I want to screen share. Well, maybe I'll just move this over here to this screen.
I'm drawing a buff walrus.
Buff walrus.
And it's a very good one too. That would be my next challenge to newcomers.
Buff walruses.
Draw buff walrus. Draw land walrus.
We actually have a new person here. I don't know if he's set up to join the conversation. Hey Dom, you got your mic muted? But you can join in the conversation if you want.
Okay. So these are the kind of environments I would always see whenever I was growing up. Blur.
Do you have a spare room?
Well, I'm in Alabama right now on post, but yeah, we have plenty of space back home if anyone wanted to come see it. But like, I would always grow up and go camping, and we would fish, and I actually really miss it. And this is one of the places we would always go.
I can see why, though.
Yeah, this is called Snake River, and that's the Grand Tetons and the Rockies in the background.
Nice.
I just miss it so much. And the night sky, you can actually see the Milky Way going through the sky. I grew up 20 minutes away from this place. This is Devil's Tower. And this is 20 minutes away from where I grew up. It's because we don't have light pollution. We can actually see the sky like this. Most of the time, you only see the sky like this in like cartoons or in fiction movies.
I usually blame all the light pollution on Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
They are the future.
Oh man, yeah.
Demolition Man. So you live near the Close Encounters mountain.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I grew up there.
Oh,
We saw aliens all the time, actually.
awesome.
You see all these weird lights in the sky. And there's this one time where there was this loud boom. It was during broad daylight, so you didn't see a thing. But the earth shook and all the glass around us shattered. On fires where we cook our food on it. And we always had this, we called it Skull Valley, but it was like this little canyon where only one camping site could be. And we go in there and we'd have like this rock wall going up to the sky surrounding us, and all you could see is the clouds. And I don't know if you guys, have you ever seen the night sky for Wyoming?
No.
No.
Okay, here, just a second. Let me switch out my thing really quick. I want to show you guys how beautiful it is. Let's see here, where is...
But it stay where you are.
Oh, well, right now, yeah. But, just a second. Oh, why can't I get this to work? I want to screen share. Well, maybe I'll just move this over here to this screen.
I'm drawing a buff walrus.
Buff Wars.
And it's a very good one, too. That would be my next challenge to newcomers.
Buff Walruses.
Draw a buff walrus. Draw a land walrus.
We actually have a new person here. I don't know if he's set up to join the conversation. Hey, Dom. You got your mic muted? Well, you can join in the conversation if you want.
Okay. So these are the kind of environments I would always see whenever I was growing up. Blur.
Do you have a spare room?
Well, I'm in Alabama right now on post, but yeah, we have plenty of space back home if anyone wanted to come see it. But like, I would always grow up and go camping, and we would fish, and I actually really miss it. And this is one place we would always go.
I can see why, though.
Yeah, this is called Snake River, and that's the Grand Tetons and the Rockies in the background.
Nice.
I just miss it so much. And the night sky, you can actually see the Milky Way going through the sky. I grew up 20 minutes away from this place. This is Devil's Tower. And this is 20 minutes away from where I grew up. It's because we don't have light pollution. We can actually see the sky like this. Most of the time, you only see the sky like this in like cartoons or in fiction movies.
I usually blame all the light pollution on Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
They are the future.
Oh man, yeah.
Demolition Man. So you live near the Close Encounters mountain.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I grew up there.
Oh,
We saw aliens all the time, actually.
awesome.
You see all these weird lights in the sky. And there's this one time where there was this loud boom. It was during broad daylight, so you didn't see a thing. But the earth shook and all the glass around us shattered. And it was a loud just crash in the sky that you could just hear. And it was the weirdest, most bizarre thing ever. But we couldn't figure out what happened. Thankfully, the insurance company paid for all the damage. But it was just so cool. And then the things that always scared me the most was the tornadoes.
Yeah, they get out of control, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They would take out whole trailer parks and just destroy a lot of people's homes.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful out there. I miss it. If I could go out there and just live there the entire time, I would. But I know that trying to make art my career, I'm going to have to go someplace where there's more artists.
That's one way. I mean, I honestly think, which is why, it's like moving to Kentucky didn't faze me as far as knowing I wanted to continue my career because of the internet growing to what it is now, especially. So you could really work anywhere. I mean, unless you want to work for Pixar or, like certain companies, if you just want to be freelance, you could work anywhere as long as you have internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Logan.
Dom's asking what everybody's working on at the moment.
Oh. Well, Dom. I'm sketching, just doodling to keep up with everything and do actual work while I do the hangouts. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, sketching. What are you doing, Logan?
At the moment, I am now deciding that I am going to use this walrus in the second issue of my series Mechanos.
Oh, awesome! Is it an alien walrus?
Yeah, he's an alien walrus. I've enjoyed doing sci-fi because you don't know what's out there, and I made it to where in Mechanos, this is spoiler, but Earth is pretty much Noah's Ark. So everybody that gets off of Earth that doesn't remember anything of how it happened, there are a bunch of aliens out there that are like walrus people. So I can just play around with things. So now I've got like this walrus person that the main character is going to be in a fight with in the second issue.
Nice. Looks awesome.
Thanks. I don't know if walruses have tails. If you want a good walrus movie, watch Tusk by Kevin Smith.
That's not Walrus movie, but it is an excellent movie.
Yeah, my name's in the my Instagram name is in the credits of that movie.
Oh, is that where you got your name?
No, I put my name. I watched the midnight release, and if you took a picture and put hashtag walrus yes or walrus no, Kevin Smith had your Instagram name put into the credits of the movie. So I was lucky enough to go see it on opening night, and it was, oh my god.
That's cool. You didn't have to be a producer and like pay thousands of dollars to get your name in there.
Yeah, but Kevin Smith was really nice dude.
Cool. Yeah, I met him once. My brother's in 3 seconds of Chasing Amy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got James.
We got a newcomer.
Yeah, James
Howdy.
has joined. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Very good.
So introduce yourself, James.
My name is James. I go by James GSR on most places. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
It's all part of
How's
the
everybody doing?
Doing good.
Are you working on an animation?
I am actually. I'm working. I'm gonna start trying to do my channel again, and so I'm working on an opening animation for it.
Ooh.
It's turning out okay so far, I think.
Yeah, I've been watching you.
I haven't animated in about 6 years, so I'm having to relearn how to do it
I'm
again.
about 4 years.
Huh?
I'm about 4. I waited 4 years since the last time I animated.
Oh, I know. I miss it so much. I really want to start doing it again.
I'm too impatient.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching a bunch of different shows lately, and they've really been inspiring me to want to get back into it again. It's just I want to do too many different things. I want to animate. I want to do comic books. I want to create video games. Peter tells me I need to choose one.
Well, I do everything, and I know the drawbacks to doing that. So my good advice is don't do what I do.
Well, I just keep thinking about it, and I don't know. But yeah, I'm creating this little animation for an opening sequence.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
then
looking very.
Thank you.
what I was wondering was what Carrie's doing, actually.
Oh, I am coloring one of my Inktober pieces.
Woohoo!
One of the reasons why I picked the theme I did for this year is my plan is to start something and actually finish it for once. So,
Yay.
so I kind of picked that I could easily do, and then my plan is to color it and put it into kind of a children's book format.
Oh, cool.
So at least I get something done.
Yeah, I always wanted to complete something, but not yet. That was like disappoint.
Oh, and speaking of scary stuff, I happen to be afraid of spiders as well. So.
There you go.
So that's good. That's good to know.
I think
It's right along with the theme.
yeah, so this is somebody. I mentioned the theme in the Facebook chat group, and somebody mentioned they were scared of spiders, and I said, "There's no spiders in my career."
There's a spider on my screen. Ah!
But plenty of things that scare you. Yeah, I've been working so long on personal projects. I'm working towards publishing a couple of things this year, and there's not much year left to this year. So it's like it's getting to that time again where, like, if I don't do it now, it's going to be another year that it won't get done. And so, like, I'm really pushing to have a couple of products out this year, a couple of comic books, because otherwise I'd just be, like myself in the foot.
How fast are you able to produce a comic on your own?
I don't know. One of the things I understand that I've gone back and forth as to what I want to release first 100 times.
Yeah.
Tying it into a possible Kickstarter 100 times. It's just, I've changed direction so many times based on the current ebb and flow of how things are going. Right now, I'm going to stick with this. My first book out will be 31 Ghosts, which is my current Inktober project. And the second book is Arena. Arena I did with other people. That's been 90% done for the longest time. It will be almost nothing to just put out. 31 Ghosts is 90% not done ahead of me. But I have a clear plan as to what I want to do with it and what it's going to look like. So, I figure just, but it won't be too much above and beyond really just doing the images themselves.
Yeah. I've got, like, I don't know how many series I have. I just figured I'd go with the one that I came up with first. And Mechanos was the first series I ever came up with. It was the first superhero I ever drew. So I just revamped the idea, and I've come to like the series now because It did not make sense coming from my 8-year-old brain. uh, it was pretty much Iron Man and Batman mixed with like if you guys remember the series of books called Animorphs, it was mixed with that. I've always loved animals, so I always try and incorporate some type of like weird thing with with my books.
Sounds kind of like my stuff.
Speaking of which, I'm drawing a spider.
I know, I drew one earlier.
A Spider-Man.
No, 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 no. Oh, look, Carrie. She's gone.
What's that?
Oh,
Sorry.
making appearances.
So what do you got going on, James?
Just working on a comic called Dragomir. It's my own thing. I'm writing it, illustrating it, doing all the work. Just for the experience.
That's
Right now,
yeah.
right now I'm drawing a. It's set in medieval times. It's going to have like dragons and minotaurs and goblins and all kinds of stuff in it. Right here.
Well, I like fantasy.
I just finished rereading the Inheritance saga by Christopher Paolini, and I am actually in the mood to read more of that stuff. I would be interested in seeing your comic, actually.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm still working on issue 1, but as soon as I get it, I'll have it all over the place if I can.
So everywhere as opposed to like a specific site?
Yeah, it's mostly on my Facebook and my Instagram, and that's about it.
Okay.
Do you
But
post
if
page
anybody
by
wants to pick
page,
it up.
or do you?
But as of right now, I'm doing it in batches. I'll try to do all of the thumbnails first, and then
Yeah.
all of the colors and inks, and add it one at a time. So, but when I get a page finished, yeah, I'm gonna have it up.
That's how I'm working with my series Mechanos. Is I'm going like sticky note storyboards to. Right now, I'm working on 5 by 7.5, like refreshes of that, where I'm going through and editing things and changing camera angles and stuff to try and finalize the work. I actually have to add 3 pages.
It's a good way to start it, but people get anxious about it. It's hard to
Yeah.
show it.
My first book is actually going to be 32 pages.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I jumped the gun a little bit.
I mean, look, as long as you stick with it and finish it, it'll be worth it.
Doing all of it, yeah.
Yeah, just like, because like one of the things I love, and maybe part of me tries to avoid this personally, like, I've been part of comics since '91, and whatever I put out should be perfection, unlimited or something. But like it's okay to be at whatever level on different things I am. It's like my writing may not be the best. My pencils may not be the best. Inking should be top level, but my other skills, it's like they are what they are, and just do it and get it done and put it out there. Because every like first issue of an artist who I've followed throughout the years is pretty like it's raw talent. Not have the polished edges, but I adore like first issues simply for their raw energy. You know, like I remember the first issue of Nexus with Steve Rude and Mike Barron.
Yeah.
Is so awesome. It's like right out of the gate, they came out with a brilliant idea, and the drawings are really, really good. You know, he perfected his style over the years. But actually, part of me like really likes his earlier work because it's so not polished.
I've come to realize that I've begun to use like textured brushes when I do digital work because I like having the flaws in it. Like I'm purposely trying to have it to where nothing looks finished, which is another reason why I was thinking of skipping inking. Not just because I don't like it, but because like I feel like it has a better feel to it.
Well, you know how I feel.
I know. I've heard the. I've received the wrath already.
I'm only joking. Yeah, you know, whatever works for you, by all means. You know, if it sucks, I'll let you know. But
I'm waiting for it. I hope you do.
It's all good.
If it sucks, it sucks. But I can say I did it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. Man. No, but it's so true. It's like, I know like I can't please anybody unless I please myself.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you please them if you're not happy with what you've done.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everything could always be better, but knowing that you put in the time and put in the effort, you know, you really feel it inside yourself. Like, you know, yeah, I could have fussed with it for another week or two, or, you know, it's like you finish a piece, you look at it, okay, I could do better. Yes, of course you could do better because you just did that.
Yeah.
Which was, you know, whatever level it was, but, you know, you started something and you finished something and you just do it again and again and again to get really good at it.
That was kind of what I was trying to say earlier when I was like, yeah, I got this far, but now that if I started this over, I could get where I am in the first like 3 to 7 days.
Right.
I feel like I'm moving too slow, but I still don't know what I'm doing. I feel like once I get the comic done, like the first issue, I'll have gained the experience to go faster the next time.
Right.
I was like, when I get like that, I always remember my grandpa would always tell me, he's like, well, the more you do something, the better you get.
Exactly.
Well, it's that easy.
So, you know, if you want to become a better brain surgeon, then just try it a couple of times.
If anybody wants to become a brain surgeon, I've got some lesions. You want to take them?
No.
Go for it. They've been causing me some trouble. So if you want them, go for it.
So how are you doing with that lately?
I haven't had any like grand mal seizures recently. But I've been having like episodes where it's almost like if you think of like an Alzheimer's patient, you'll think of like, oh, where am I? Who am I? I have those issues. But the one thing that I always remember how to do is to draw. So whenever I have issues, the first thing I'll do is I'll grab paper and pencil, and I'll be able to draw what's going on. Uh, so which kind of makes me feel good, because if I forget how to talk, at least I'll remember how to draw.
Yeah, really.
But I've been doing a whole lot better. I know I got to switch medications and stuff, but it's always improving, which is good.
Yeah. Anybody who takes medication of any kind is usually like go through years of trial and error. And
Yeah. Well, with my doctor, my neurologist, he was saying that I'm diagnosed with epilepsy, but they told me I shouldn't try for disability. They said that I'd get disability if I did go for it, but that I shouldn't. So I was confused as to why, and they were like, "Well, we don't want to do the paperwork." I was like, "Well, that's nice."
Like, screw your feelings, help me.
I was like, "Well, okay then." Well, they pretty much just told me, "It's like, yeah, if you file for disability, they'll send us the paperwork, and we just don't want to do it." I was like, "Well, that's nice to know."
Making tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! It's like we have a cure for you, but your own.
But I think it's better that if I do like go out of my way to figure it out, that I think it's better for me to do it by myself, because I'll have gained experience in something that I didn't have before, and I'll have improved something in my life, and I can take credit for it.
Yeah.
I get the glory. It's all mine. But yeah.
So I know
I'm doing better.
I wanted to ask. I know you mentioned in one of the videos I just caught up on. That's probably the only reason it's fresh in my mind. But you mentioned getting a day job.
Yeah, I might be working at the lovely world of Super Target.
Nice.
My uncle is Alan Shell. He does a lot of conventions. He does like hero tunes where he'll draw superheroes and make prints out of them. And then my black uncle is Terry Huddleston. He does a lot of work with just a bunch of companies and stuff. He's designed like the pop figure toys and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And he goes to conventions and he sells headshots of superheroes. Like, I think he does like 22 by something for his prints. But I've just been surrounded by artists, so I've never really had a comic that drove me to draw. It's just that I've drawn and I've wanted to, like, oh, this is what we do. So I'm going to this one.
So it's like if generations of your family were cops.
Yeah, and like you were like, well, I mean, I guess I'm a cop. I like donuts.
That's fair. I like it. I grew up around a bunch of I grew up in a small cul-de-sac, and there's a whole bunch of kids that would always come out and like play every day and draw and stuff. And a friend of mine, my brothers, we would always draw at this table every day. And I feel like my story is more of when like everyone else stopped and I just kept going. I don't know why. My dad was a really, really good artist, but he was an army brat, so he moved a lot. And he had an opportunity to be an artist, and like because of unfortunate events like having to move, he kind of got like frustrated with like the opportunity being taken away, I guess you can say. And so he quit art altogether. And I guess it's kind of in my blood, but at the same time, I think it's just a matter of perseverance. And I mean, anybody can say like, oh, my brother, my dad, my cousin, my this, but you still have to do something, and to do it, it's cool. That's really awesome. Like, sure, like all that stuff plays a factor, and it's good to be grateful and all, but I mean, no one puts in the time like you put in the time,
One of the sad things is like not only are my is my family like artists. They're also wrestlers.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, we are like weird. I've got weird blood in my family. We do a lot of crazy stuff. So like, what happened was my dad went more towards the wrestling side of things, and I kind of stayed in art. And my uncle was never like an artist. He was more of like a writer.
Okay.
So when it came time, I was about like 15, and I was like over at my grandpa's house with my uncle and my dad, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have anything to teach you. If anything, we need to ask your opinion." And I was like, "What do you mean?" You're like, "You're a better artist than both of us." And I felt so like I felt bad. It was like one of the worst things that I felt, but I was like, it wasn't like a proud feeling in my life. I was like, oh no. But they still have they have years of experience of actually promoting themselves and doing art for conventions and doing commissions and stuff like that. And I have like little to none. Like I used to sell headshots for lunch money at school. Like I've been selling my art forever, but like I still, when it comes to online stuff, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, in your videos, you mentioned doing commissions. I definitely want to commission you for a piece.
I am always open. Go for it.
Here's something that just happened. Okay, so I wish somebody a happy birthday, and they responded by saying, "Thanks, Ink Slinger Supreme." and I go, "Aw, you," and they go, "I still have some of the Aquaman pages I bought years ago, and a sketch you did in 1998." Such awesome work. It's
nice,
like,
man.
yeah, it's so cool to hear back from fans that they bought something like a decade ago or whatever.
Yeah, I still remember you. Like, even when you feel like you're someone who's like, man, I'm struggling alone, and like no one cares. Like, there's somebody that's literally looking at your artwork, like, wow, this is so cool. In the meantime, like, you know,
Yeah,
like somewhere else in the world, while you're pitying yourself and whining, someone else is actually appreciating you, and it's
Yeah, I need to learn how to get out of that rut and like actually market myself.
yeah. Well, I happen to be in that business of teaching it, so you as well can benefit.
By all means, I will start messaging you as soon as possible.
Cool, man. Yeah. I have a Patreon page and a YouTube channel. I don't have a ton of content out yet, but I have 3 videos that I just finished that are part of a series about everything we're talking about here. So it's kind of good timing.
Yeah.
So once I have that all uploaded and finished, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
and I vouch for Dom. He knows his stuff.
Thanks, man.
Helped me out quite a bit.
I like to think I know stuff. And yeah, man, it's good. I've never been vouched for like that. Thanks. It's good.
My pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm glad you came on too.
Yeah, for sure. When I saw the opportunity, I've been meaning to catch some more of your streams and stuff. I wake up, I edit, and go to sleep, and then I wake up, edit, and go to sleep. So it's like I have to balance out the communication aspect and not drive myself insane and take my own advice basically. And but yeah, I am happy to be here, and I'm having a lot of fun drawing hands right now. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm saying like I'm having fun drawing hands like the name of the comic, or like literally drawing the hands. It's like it's fun though. I think you guys will like it.
Cool.
And it's also my debut of like my art skills, because I don't think people realize how well I can draw and paint. They're just like, oh, he just does like his little goofy YouTube videos and stuff. And when they see this, I think they're going to be like, whoa, you can actually draw. That's nice. Kind of gives people more incentive to like listen to me. So that's my hope anyway. Watch me like say all this and it's trash, and people are like, you suck. Go away. That'd be pretty hilarious. I would just laugh and keep doing it anyway.
Awesome.
Let's see here.
So you were saying you do a lot of like, because you were saying you were doing the hands one. Have you done anything else other than that one? Like have
No,
you done other?
This will be my very
This
first
is just-
comic of all time. Well, that's a lie. I have written 3 stories. One is called, oh yeah, let's just simplify that and say I have written stories, and I did like little skits, but I never showed them to anybody, and I never consider them comic books because I don't feel like anything's a comic book until it's a completed idea and it's been like, it's an actual book, you know. So I'm really like literal about things, and I never feel like I finished it, so therefore I don't claim that like, yes, I'm the guy who's done that. And but there's a couple of interesting stories that I have, and I'm actually collaborating with Peter and a good friend of ours in the community of artists that we have through Coffee Table Comics. I'm going to be working on a comic pretty soon with him, so and that'll be another. I think that'll be like the first thing that I'm really proud of that I finished. This hands thing is more just like a show
practice
kind of thing. Yeah, like kind of, it's a mixture of developing my own skills, showing other people that I have them, and then like proving a point that like anybody can do what I'm doing right now, and it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's it's just finishing something.
Yeah.
I wish I can say to you like, yeah, check out my website, and you go, oh my god, this guy's so good.
He's been doing comics for years.
Stuff. And he just comes in here casually like no big deal, and he's like this famous. Yeah. So
Speaking of,
he's so humble.
speaking of website, Peter was watching. Commented on one of them today, saying like, "Oh yeah, I hope your website comes out okay." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do that."
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the idea of the website. I was like, "Oh."
Thus marketing yourself.
I'm trying to be less of that person that's like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh crap. You know, like, yeah.
I blame it on
That's
my
what it
cheese
is.
whiz brain. My Swiss cheese brain. That's what I call it.
It's fair.
It's just a crutch.
Yeah. It's just reality. No big deal.
Yeah.
Just make people feel horrible. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I need money, commission me.
Yeah, and I was actually terrified at one point, like talking about my disability, I guess you can call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's more of something that motivates me than a disability. But anyway, the point
That's
is,
where I've gotten is like I've realized I don't want it to be like a crutch. I want it to be like for me.
I use it as like the ultimate way to tell people to stop complaining about their problems, basically. Like when someone's like, I'm having such a hard time, and I just go like, I'm an artist, I'm going blind. And they're like, what? And they're like totally like taken back, and it's like, and it basically makes them say like, well, forget my problems. Like I can't really compare to that until someone comes around and says like, oh, I have epilepsy and seizures, and I still make comics. And then it just totally takes all my steam away. No,
I'm stealing your thunder.
No, I'm
taking all your work from now on.
Yeah, right. No, but seriously,
Well,
it's. Go ahead, sorry, Peter.
I'm just going to say something stupid.
I like it.
I just tell people I'm an artist and show them pictures of my starving cats.
That's hilarious.
You're the home shelter like commercials.
With just 10 cents a day to my PayPal account.
You can feed my starving kittens.
Have a heart, guys. And you gotta wear like the blue button up, like the whole. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I'm gonna steal that now. That's gonna be my Patreon thing. I'm like take sad pictures of me with watery, teary eyes. Be like, for 10 cents a day, you can help me eat a sandwich.
Hey, I could see it working.
Yeah, you should be careful what you wish for, man, because you might become like famous for that, and that's you're the guy that does that, and that's kind of depressing. Because they're anticipating more from you. Like, what if that happens? Like, it turns around and not in your favor. Like, where's more videos? They're hilarious.
I think
So now you're the
Logan should go under like makes comics and jokes. This way, nobody gets confused as to like.
Well, I'm glad I'm making jokes that make people laugh.
yeah, definitely. You got a great sense of humor, man. It's good.
I'm glad to hear that. I usually just make fart jokes. I end every video with a fart.
You can't go wrong with that, though. Like, think about that. Like, if it made you laugh in second grade, like, it's probably gonna make you laugh forever. Like, and anybody who doesn't laugh about farts, like, if you can't laugh about that, like, you shouldn't. No, you're not my friend. It's just funny. Like, you can't. Like, that's what really deems you like an interesting person to me. Like, if you're in public, when someone next to you farts and you laugh, or if you're someone who like is like ew and walks away, like that will make or break our friendship, right there. Like, if I will more likely approach you if you laugh about it and think it's hilarious than if you're like, ew, that's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of yourself, whatever.
Yeah, because nobody else on the planet does it.
Right. And in public, like you
guys are all freaks.
That's awesome. Like, you have the audacity to just like let it go. Just let it go. Yes.
I want to give like a motivational speech to the next person that farts in public.
I want to give him like a participation award, like certificate of achievement. Like, that is.
There you go. You farted in public.
I think we got a theme for next episode.
Do you fart in public?
That's the name of the title. Do farts make you laugh? 101. Yeah, that's good. Okay, anyway.
In other ways, the career.
This might inspire somebody. Like, think about that, guys. Like, they're listening to this and they're like, man, I should make a comic about farts now. Everyone thinks it's so cool and funny. And it hits.
I want to read that. I hope it's like what is it, Kinnikuman, or like it's not Muscle Man, it's Kid Muscle. You guys remember those guys? He liked.
Who was it that did the comic Fart Man?
Fart Man?
Somebody did a comic with a character named Fart Man.
Does he have like the Superman emblem with like the Nimbus cloud painted green in the middle?
That's how it.
He was a great big old fat guy.
Not Howard Stern?
No, not the Howard Stern one. There was another one.
Oh, okay.
It was like big too. I think it was like Image that put that out.
Really?
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, way back when.
I'm seriously in love with this buff wrestler walrus I drew.
It's good.
Issue 2, man. Issue 2.
I remember, what was it? Captain Underpants?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy was kind of cool. I've read those a lot when I was younger. And then, what else? Powdered Toast Man.
Yes.
When you guys said Fart Man, it immediately reminded me of Powdered Toast Man, like when he would like fly backwards, and I don't know if he's like farting or what was happening, but having like cinnamon dust clouds coming from his butt while he was flying. So I was like, I don't know, maybe that's.
He had a butt chin too. That was my favorite.
Oh, I love butt chin characters. Those are so good.
So.
Jeez, the commitment.
I mainly post on YouTube, so that'll be there. But if you want my Instagram is HIBIKU_KAZE, and from there I post links to just about everywhere else. And if you can't find it on Instagram, it's on my YouTube page on the profile. So you guys are all set from there.
Got you followed.
Also, commissions are open, guys.
Yeah, if you're a loaded artist and you want to pay another artist, make it happen.
Yeah, that's I've realized that artists want to pay artists. That they
for their style. Yeah, absolutely.
It's usually not other people. It's like it's artists that want to pay artists. It's not people that want to pay artists.
Yeah.
It's not real
the
people.
common folk. The common folk don't exist.
No, they just want everything for free.
Yep.
Could you draw me? I'm like, yeah, I can. You got money?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so a couple of things before you know my links. I'm everywhere. It was Bernie Wrightson's birthday not too long ago. Bernie Wrightson being one of the big influences, specifically for me being an anchor. Inspiration from his work. And today is actually Craig P. Russell's birthday, and he's another artist. He did Kill Raven from Marvel back in the 70s. He's a fantastic artist. He's done some that Neil Gaiman book over at DC Valiant, not Valiant, Vertigo. But he's a fantastic artist, and he's a big influence in person. A couple more than a few years back, but awesome guy, awesome artist, and his birthday today. Another thing I wanted to mention, and I don't know too much about it, but in New York, they passed a freelancers law, and I don't know if it's a positive or a negative, but it looks